Welcome all. Today I am going to talk about human circulatory system. In human circulatory system, we are going to talk about blood vessels and heart. As we know that the circulation system consists of heart and blood vessels, first we are going to talk about blood vessels. How many different type of blood vessels are there? There are three different type of blood vessels. What are they? Arteries, capillaries and veins. I repeat, what are they? Arteries, capillaries and veins. Okay. Now, what is the function of arteries and where it is connected? So the most important point we are going to talk about artery is connected to heart, and heart is pumping blood with a very high force from the arteries. So what arteries should possess? Arteries should possess thick walls. Why arteries should possess thick walls? To underwent the pressure of the blood, because heart is pumping blood. Which type of blood heart is pumping? One time I am going to explain about it. The heart is pumping oxygenated blood. Okay, heart is pumping what type of blood? Oxygenated blood. What is the meaning of oxygenated blood? Meaning of oxygenated blood is it is oxygen rich blood. Oxygen rich blood is oxygenated blood, and the heart is pumping through aorta to arteries. This is exactly called as aorta arteries. These arteries are exactly connected to capillaries. Now, what are capillaries? Capillaries are different type of blood vessels than arteries. Now, what is the difference between arteries and capillaries? Now, you have to understand one very important point is arteries are thick walled, capillaries are thin walled. Then you will be asking why capillaries are thin walled and from where capillaries are getting connected to. Then the answer is capillaries are connected to each and every body cells. Okay, now these capillaries are very thin. Then you will be asking a question that what is the work of capillaries and why they are different from arteries. Arteries are thick because the blood is passing from heart towards the arteries in very high pressure. That's why the walls of arteries are thick. Workover for arteries, that means transportation of blood, that is which type of blood? Oxygenated blood is going on from heart via arteries towards the capillaries. Now it is going towards capillaries. Now capillaries has to do one very important work, and that is exchange of material. Now what type of exchange of material the capillaries are doing? Are the capillaries having walls? Yes, the capillaries are having walls, and these walls are very thin walls. Now why these walls are thin? The reason behind these walls are thin because they have to do the work of exchange of material. I told you right now. Now, what is the work of exchange of material? What type of work of exchange of material? See, we know that cells are doing cellular respiration. At the time of doing cellular respiration, the cells are needing what? The cells are needing oxygen and food. Okay, what food you are eating, after digestion, it will run in blood. Okay, that is a different in digestive system we have studied. So now this food will be exactly passing through the blood. They are exactly water soluble food. Now these food through oxygen will be exactly running in the blood. So capillaries will allow this food and oxygen to go in each and every cells. And now, since it is thin walls, it will allow the exchange of materials. So the material will be transported there. And once the material will be transported there, cellular respiration will happen. And then the products like carbon dioxide, which is a waste product, will again mix with the blood. Now the blood will not be called as oxygenated. It will be called as deoxygenated blood. Why? Because now the blood is having more carbon dioxide than oxygen. So now this again will go in another blood vessel. This is exactly called as veins. Now we have studied three different type of blood vessels. One arteries, second is capillaries, which is thin walled, and then veins. Then what are the qualities of veins? Exactly, veins are having valves. What are the function of valves? Since the blood will move very slowly in veins, so veins has to have some doors. So these are exactly, the walls are liking doors. Once the blood will go, then the door will be shut. That is, the walls are preventing the backflow of blood, so that the blood will exactly go and reach to heart, and from this section of heart, which is exactly called as, this is exactly the right part of the heart which is carrying deoxygenated blood, and this blood will go through the heart towards the lungs for purification. Okay, so this is about blood vessels we have discussed.